Good morning. We just finished breakfast and we are walking down. It's day, I guess, 3 here. And we're just heading back to our room slowly. We had breakfast at that restaurant up there. And I stumbled upon this tree with the coolest haircut. Not cool. We're gonna come back later and jump on the swing. Take some nice photos there. Maybe we should stay and have Dave go bring our stuff, because I don't know if these loungers are gonna be a hot commodity. I'll ask Dave what he thinks. Do you think these loungers are gonna be a hot commodity later?
What?
Do you think these loungers are gonna be a hot commodity?
Maybe.
Don't care.
People have their own, balconies, so
Mm-hmm.
they may not be.
Mm-hmm.
Right, careful.
She sure did. Mm-hmm. That's gonna be me. Probably a lot less graceful. Yes, sir. Oh, another haircut tree. It's another haircut tree. Go see how. I guess the pool will still be cold.
Compare it to
Gotcha. Did you touch this yet?
nothing. Very slightly colder.
Then the lagoon?
Huh?
Then the lagoon?
Yeah. It's the same water, so it makes
Yeah.
sense. It's very similar. Very similar. So they're all roughly the same. Seems.
So this will at least have a chance of heating up more. Guess we got all these to lounge on as well.
Oh, there's tons of places to sit.
Let's go by the spa and the gift shop. Yeah, and gift shop will be open already. I guess it's almost 8:30. So we had dinner last night. The Sands restaurant. Very slow service. Very, 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 very slow. At one point, the table that was beside us was concerned that the chef, like, they forgot their food. And I think they waited easily like an hour for their dinner to come. It was crazy, but they eventually got it. Oh, we wanted to walk over to the ocean as well. So let's do that after the gift shop and spa. And there are the roosters. Right there. Not open yet. Oh no, there's someone there. The lights are on. Yeah. There I am. Nice little orange bathing suit today. That's crazy. That will take you away before at a nine. Wow. You guys probably can't even hear me because it's so windy. The wind and the waves were out of this world. I cannot imagine being in that water. Boy, was I glad that the lagoon existed or exists as a sanctuary away from the strong wind and tide in the Pacific Ocean. It was beautiful to be able to watch it from a very safe height and a safe distance. But I will say that the wind gusts were quite scary at times, but still a lovely experience, and I highly recommend spending some time watching this. I must say one of my favorite parts of our resort stay was always the walk to and from. This part was just always so peaceful, so quiet, and we just always had a lovely time holding hands and walking down the boardwalk together every day. I highly love this part. Hey guys, so totally forgot to record. We're having 2 nights of a time. We went out to kayaking again today. It was really nice. The waves were taking us a little bit though. The wind was pushing us a little bit further than we wanted, so it was funny, but we had a good time. I just went to go heat up our leftovers from dinner last night so that we could eat that. We missed getting lunch from the restaurant, so instead we're going to eat our leftovers and we have some Baileys and a bottle of champagne they gave us. They gave us the champagne, we bought the Baileys from the airport. So we're gonna have some drinks and eat our leftovers until dinner at 6:30. And I don't know where we're gonna go for dinner because there's a Polynesian buffet show again. We didn't love that at our old resort, so we are torn whether to do it again here or just eat at the second restaurant tonight. So we'll see. Stay tuned. It would appear that I lied to you, and I did happen to record us while we were out there on the kayak. This trip was my first time getting out on a kayak and really doing a lot of these water activities. And that's because, spoiler alert, I finally learned to swim. I will be sharing a lot about that in my upcoming video about sickle cell and swimming. But this summer, that was my goal, and because of that, I was able to get out and enjoy the waters. All right, we're out for dinner on Monday night. Got some bread. We're skipping the Polynesian show tonight because it's a buffet dinner, and we weren't a fan of what's at the buffet, so we came to the a la carte dinner tonight. I know I'm showing dinner. So we're gonna try this out for tonight, and maybe for our last night tomorrow we'll head back to the Sands or Reef restaurant. We'll see. I feel like the wind has died down. It's still windy, but I think it's died down compared to yesterday and even compared to like the start of the day. I say that as the leaves do that, but I'm convinced it has died down. It's really beautiful and peaceful out here. Maybe we'll sit out by the water after dinner, although I think at least 2 of those loungers are taken. I know I saw couples go to the 2 of them. I'm not sure if the other 2 are taken or not, but we'll see. Anyways, we're here enjoying the night. Maybe we'll play some pool. We had talked about that. We'll go shoot some pool after dinner. Although we'll have our ice cream. Well, we can pool and ice cream. Maybe? Or you wanted Bailey's with your ice cream?
Huh?
I don't know. We'll see.
You said a lot of the things that we're supposed to do tonight.
I did.
Yeah.
I did. While we were at the pool yesterday, Dave got to talking to one of the gentlemen there, and this man was telling us about both watching the sunrise by the Pacific Ocean and also crabs. Well, would you look what I found? How many crabs can you spot in this clip? There were so many crabs. It was wild to me. You see them scurrying away. There's one right there. There are 2 right there. And they were so sensitive to sound. There are 3, 4. There are 4 in this shot right there. They were so sensitive to sound that you saw how they just jumped when the ocean waves hit. But this whole time, the ocean is still going and they don't notice it. But if you walk up to them with more than tippy toes, they scurry away. It was wild to watch. But I spent way too much time in this area just watching the crabs go back and forth against the rocks by the cliff leading to the ocean. It was so cool to me. I really loved watching them both camouflage in and blend in with the sand, blend in with the rock, find their hiding spaces. Look at them all. There were so many. I was really glad that we ran into that gentleman who told us about this little secret spot to see the crabs. And you would never know they were there by walking up to watch the waves or watch the sunrise. You would never know they were there, but if you just took a peek over the cliff and looked ever so slowly, you see them all scattered around. And it was beautiful to watch. So that is a little insider tip for you. If you go to the Intercontinental, and this might be the same for all the other resorts, I am not sure, but if you go, there is an area where you can sort of sit by a bench and watch the Pacific Ocean side. And it is a little bit of a cliff. If you peer over that cliff, you will find this wonder of nature waiting for you there. And if you stare long enough, you will see the crabs both come out of their hiding places and eventually see them go back into their hiding places. Beautiful sight to watch. And I highly recommend you get out there and see this if you can and see it in person. Again, I had to give you guys another long walk with me to our room from the start of the boardwalk, leading right up to our room, and see how beautiful and peaceful this walk is. If you can get a chance to come out here, I highly recommend taking in this moment and truly relishing and living and taking in the colors around, the sounds around, and the beauty of the mountain. Mount Otomano is truly beautiful, and to watch the clouds sort of hover above it, hover around it, it is all a beautiful, breathtaking sight. And again, let's take a moment to appreciate just how private this feels. It truly feels like we are at a resort all by ourselves. And this is no matter what time of day You might run into one other person, maybe two, but it's always this quiet, this peaceful at all times. So I will let you enjoy the sounds of the ocean and just the sounds of nature as we continue this long walk down to our room. I didn't have my camera with me, unfortunately. That's why this was recorded on my phone, but it was just too beautiful a moment to not capture, to share it with you all. Final morning here in Bora. We check out at 11. What?
Lots of fish.
Oh my!
Yeah, dump a new set in.
Oh, can I flip this around? I cannot. I'm gonna look at all the fish this morning, guys.
Got a blue guy over here.
Wow, look at them. Oh my goodness. There are so, oh, look at the long guy. There are so many.
Blue guy?
Blue guy. Oh yeah, I see him.
He's eating the post.
Mm-hmm.
Silly blue guy.
Cart.
Yeah.
Wow, look at them all. And they have a lot of the long guys down there.
Coming? We're 10 years married. 10 wonderful years. 12 years together.
Mm-hmm.
And we get to celebrate in a beautiful Bora farm. Just showing it all.
Oh, showing
there you go.
the
That
island.
was the intent. Yeah. And so we got our lovely bottle of Barons de Rothschild.
Yeah.
Champagne Concordia Brut.
Let's do it. It's popping champagne. Woo! Don't come on me. Leave that to yourself.
Celebrate.
Mm-hmm. Hey.
A little too much.
Here, give me some.
There we go.
Well, now I'm definitely gonna have a shower before we leave.
I'm going in the water.
He's gonna jump in one more time. Go for it. Why? Because I was flipping the camera around.
Maybe get water up your nose.
Oh, sorry. All right, final day. So this is our day room, is what they call it. We've been chilling by the pool. Oh, it opens that way. That makes sense. So there's the outside, and we are in day room number 11. So this is where you kind of hang out and get changed and dressed to leave the resort. So they have all our luggage in here for us. And this is the space. Honestly, not as bad as I feared. I was afraid that I would not want to be in here, but it's not bad. I think I will actually have a shower in here since I am covered in sunscreen from the day. And I wouldn't mind washing that off before our 20-hour journey home, potentially 24. So we'll see. Not sure if I shared our dilemma with our flight. So our connection is actually 50 minutes layover at LAX. When I initially booked it, I knew it was close, but I was under the impression that our Air Tahiti and Air Canada shared a terminal. So that was the first thing I got wrong. So I was like, if it's the same terminal, it's a matter of just like gate to gate, then might work out fine. But then what I also didn't, so they don't share terminals. That's the first thing. We discovered that on the way here. It's actually a 20-minute walk between the two terminals. And that's when you're like hustling. So it's far. And then to make it worse, last night, they realized that we probably face an even bigger dilemma with customs, because we probably have to clear customs when we land in LAX before we can go board our flight to Canada. So how we will somehow clear customs and walk 20 minutes across terminals remains unseen to the both of us, but our prayer is that our flight to Canada gets delayed. We think that's our only saving grace, if that flight gets just a little bit delayed enough for us to make it. If it doesn't get delayed, we're not making it. We filled out what we could for like mobile passport control to try to get ahead of it. We have Nexus, which is the same as like not global entry, TSA pre-check and stuff. So we're hoping that'll help us speed through customs and immigration, but who knows, right? So if we don't make our flight, the next one is 6 hours later. So not exactly ideal. Dave suggested maybe we could try going through Chicago, because Chicago to Toronto, there's usually flights every hour. But my concern is I don't know if actually getting to Chicago, then from Chicago to Toronto would actually save us a lot more time. Actually, as I say that out loud, he might be right. It might, because if we get lucky and there's a flight to Chicago somewhat soon, I think LAX to Chicago would be, how long, Dave? A couple hours, maybe like 3?
Like several hours.
I would think maybe like 3 hours. And then Chicago to Toronto would be about 2. So that you're down to 5. So that actually does save time. So, but it really would be a matter of what time those flights take off and whatnot to see if it's worth it. But it makes a big difference, because it's a difference of us getting home at 7 p.m. on Thursday versus us getting home around 1 or 2 a.m. on Friday morning, which is not ideal. I have a dentist appointment at 9 a.m. on Friday. I don't want to be going to bed at 2 after traveling internationally with jet lag from the time change, from the time zone difference. So I really, really would like to get home on Thursday. But prayers that the good Lord lines it up for us. That's all I can say. So I'm gonna go have my shower and get ready to depart from Intercontinental Bora Bora Thalasso's. We made our 7 o'clock flight. We made our flight, y'all. Didn't think we could, but we did it. We made the 11:30 or whatever time flight. It involved a lot of running, panting, sweating, and us getting paged about 9 times through the airport. But they held the gate for us and we made it. And now we're home to see our babies. And that wraps up our 10-year anniversary trip to French Polynesia. Thank you so much for hanging in there through this attempt to do a little bit of a travel vlog. Last minute, I did not plan on doing one. It was just wild there. I said, you know what? Let's pull out the camera and see what happens. So I know it's not what you guys are used to, but I do hope that you were able to learn a thing or two and just enjoy hanging out with us. So yes, long story short, we were able to make our flight. We got home to see our babies. They were so happy. Alayo jumped on me at the pickup lane and would not get off me for a good 45 seconds he would not get off. It was lovely to get home and see our babies for sure. We were grateful to be able to take this trip together to reconnect. And I wanted to leave you guys with this beautiful final sunset that we had in Bora Bora before we left. If you are blessed and able to, I highly recommend a trip to French Polynesia. It's beautiful, it's breathtaking, it's worth it. God bless.